Hello, everyone around the world. This is Martin Rooney, and we are live. Take number 3 from Providence, Rhode Island. Now, the good news about take number 3 is I have now run about 10 miles, which I am not an endurance guy, but I've run about 10 miles through the heat to find somewhere where we can possibly have a connection to pull off the big idea of the week. And why did I run so fast? And why is it so important to me? Because I have got a doozy idea for you. Now, for all of the people from around the world that are joining me right now here in Providence, Rhode Island, this is another episode of The Big Idea. So as people are getting on, let me explain how the big idea works. And how the big idea works, if you can see that right there, is throughout a week, I get a lot of little ideas. There's all these little ideas I get. I hear a little idea, I see a little idea, somebody will text me a little idea, and then I wait, and then boom, I marinate in those ideas, and then pow, as you can see, a perfect rendition of myself. My artwork is always on point, and now you see the little ideas, kaboom, turn into the big idea. And when the big idea happens, something else happens to me. When the big idea happens, I feel compelled. I feel compelled to share the big idea. I feel compelled to bring the big idea to you, and that is the purpose behind the show, because when everybody shares, everybody wins, which is a big idea in itself, but not the big idea here today from Providence, Rhode Island. Now, I am here right now in the Providence, Rhode Island Convention Center. Right behind this building is the Rhode Island State House. And the Rhode Island State House, I don't know if you know, I try to get you these great locations. It is the 4th largest standing free dome in the world, and you know, 4th to the Taj Mahal and the St. Peter's Basilica in Rome. So right there, and we went today and we saw the State House, but then there was something really interesting on top. There was an 11-foot statue of a man on top, and it's called the Independent Man. The Independent Man, and you know what it represents? It represents independence and freedom. And today, because I believe everybody wants that, I'm going to show you how to get it with the big idea. But before I do, I also want to tell you I am here in Providence, Rhode Island. We will be presenting this weekend at the show, and I want you to think about that. Providence, Rhode Island. Maybe you've heard the word before, Providence. And I just had to look it up. See, that's where the big ideas sometimes come from. And the word Providence means, are you ready for this one? Timely preparation for a future eventuality. Man, when I heard that one, timely preparation for a future eventuality, it's when the big idea hit, I got the lightning bolt moment, and then I got it. And you know why? Because I got it because we're at a show, there's over 1,000 trainers and coaches here that I'll be sharing my information with this weekend, but I had to think for a second, why are they here? Why are they here? Why are they showing Providence in Providence? And the reason is, which is gonna be part of the idea today, check it out, I'll show you this. See the bottom right there? Part of it is there's a place where you are. So see, right now there's a place where you are. There might be a place where you are with your money or your job or your family. And then there's this place where you want to be. See, then at the top, then there's this place you want to be. So there's a place where you are, and there's a place where you want to be. And that's every one of these people here. They are here because they're stuck somewhere and they want to get to somewhere else. And what I consider myself is one of the people that can help you do that. But it can't happen without a little bit, which will contribute to the big idea. Look at this word right here. This one might make you a little nervous. See, if you're here and you want to be here, then you got to change, baby. You got to make some kind of change to make that happen. Now, you might say, oh, I get that, Martin, making changes. Oh, yeah, I'm great at making changes. I change all the time. I love change. Change, I love it. Yeah, I can change. What do I got to do? What do I got to do? Nah, see, you know who loves change? You know who loves change? What I've figured out who loves change? The only people that like change, look at this. See, this is a baby with a wet diaper. The only people that like change is a baby with a wet diaper. That's the only one. How do I know? Because I had 4 babies with wet diapers. We're finally out of diapers, but the baby with wet diapers likes change. But you know what? Everybody I've met, they don't like change. And this brings up an interesting point. So this week, hey, if you're following me right now, guys, on Facebook, I also want you to follow me on Snapchat. I am Martin Rooney TFW. You will see what what I'm doing throughout my day. I got a lot of hilarious, exciting stuff for you to see, but here's what you might say. See, if you're watching me on Facebook right now, the odds are you might not be using Snapchat. And why? Because you don't like change. You're gonna say, well, I don't understand Snapchat, and it doesn't make sense. It only lasts for a second, and why would I do it, and how does it work, and I got too many things on my plate. No. See, then you don't like change. Not as much as maybe you think, and that's just one small example. But what about your diet? What about your finances? What about the people you hang around with? Do you like change then? And most people don't. But what I'm gonna share with you today is the secrets to go from where you are to where you wanna be, and that involves change. And here is the big idea of the week. If you do what you always did, then you are gonna get what you always got. Did you hear that right there? Do what you always did, get what you always got, period. See, at this show, I've already been here for a day and a half. There's guys complaining about their business, there's people complaining about the government, there's people complaining about no money, and they're saying all these things, but they're not doing anything about it. They're not changing. So if you continue to do what you always did, then you're only gonna get what you always got, period. But you know my style, everybody knows my style. See, that's the big idea, but now I'm gonna show you how to use it. See guys, I'm not just somebody that points out the problem. See, this is the problem. The problem is if you just keep doing what you're doing, then you're just always gonna get what you got. See, that's the problem. But I'm not a problem identifier, I'm a solution-oriented giver. And that is what today is about. So I'm gonna get you excited about this. I'm gonna get you excited about change. I want you to be fired up about change, but before I do, here's what I want. Here's a little challenge right now, if you're listening, if you're real. See, if you're real, AKA you take action, AKA you are a mover, you're a shaker, as they say in the military, a hard charger. Hey, if you're one of those people, then here's what you gotta do for me right now. Run around your house right now and get a pen or a pencil and a piece of paper. Hey, I did it, I'm always drawing this stuff for you. Run around real quick, get a pen and a piece of paper. I'll give you a second to do it. All right, seconds up. So you better have your pen and your paper. And now that you have your pen and your paper, here's what I want you to write down. What's one thing you want to change about yourself? What's one thing you want? Is it you want to make more money? You want to have a better job? You want to be more fit? You want to lose body fat? What's that biggie right now that you want that's just been there and you have not been changing? What's that biggie that like it just isn't changing? It's just you're at a sticking point. Write that down. And I'm gonna challenge you, because if you don't write it down, then you're not real. You know what you came for then? You came for entertainment. But I don't want you to come here for entertainment. I want you to come here for change. I want you to come here for action, because today, that is what the big idea is all about. So for everyone joining me from around the world, hey, the big idea, do what you always did, get what you always got. So the only way to go from here to here is to change, and today I'm gonna show you how to do it. And we are gonna talk about, before we do it, we're gonna talk about 3 areas. So as you can see, again, tremendous artwork. See, I could have said, hey, I can't be an artist, I can't do it. No, but I'm doing it, but look, there are 3 areas. This one, as you can see, big bicep right there, that's fitness. As you can see, this one, this is my family portrait. This is family. So we got fitness, we got family, and then we got finance. 3 important F's that I often talk about here on the big idea. Fitness, family, finance. Every section that we're about to go over for the rest of the call, guys, pick one of those out and see how it affects it. Or I'm gonna use them as the examples, the areas to show you how what I've got to share for you works. And so, we are talking about change. Now you might say, man, Martin, change is hard, or I don't know how to go about it, or I just don't know how to get started. So I got great news for you. I got the 4-part solution. Now, we're not gonna talk about the problems. I got the 4-part solution for you. There are only 4 ways that you can create change in your life. Did you hear that? There are only 4 ways that you can create change in your life, and each one of those 4 is easy. Each one of those 4 is easy. But when I say easy, easy to understand, sometimes hard to do. So, hey, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it for you and say, oh yeah, it's easy and any change is a piece of cake. No, we got 4 ways to make a change, and they're easy to understand. It's gonna be, what are you gonna do about it? Because sometimes they're hard to do. So, without further ado, we are gonna go over number 1. Now, if you've written down the big thing that you wanna change about yourself, you can apply the 4 things we're about to do to them, and I'm gonna give you some examples from the 3 areas that we just talked about. And as I can see, people are milling over, so who knows who's gonna try to show up or jump in this thing, so be prepared. But, numero uno. Hey, the first way, if you want to change something, then maybe you have to do more of something. The first one, so hey, first you want to change, then maybe you have to do more of something. Let's use an example. Let's say you want to change your personal fitness, then maybe you got to do more workouts. Hey, maybe you want to get leaner, then maybe you got to go and get more good food. Whatever it is, there is something probably that you need to do more of right now, and you know it. Hey, do you want to improve your business? Then maybe you have to do more writing, maybe you have to do more speaking, maybe you have to do more systems development. But whatever that thing is, you got to figure out how to do more. So for the item that you wrote down about yourself, what is one thing that you could do more of that could make an immediate change in where you stand right now? You should write that down and then write next to it how you're going to do it. And if it's talking about your family, maybe you got to do more. You got to spend a little more time with them, a little more quality time. Each one of those areas, easy to understand, sometimes hard to do. So in our 4-part process of change, part 1 is more. Do more. What are you prepared to do a little bit more of? Write that down, and I can't wait to see everybody's lists. Now, part 1 was do more. Part 2, do less. Make it a little smaller. So, hey, what do you got to do less of that could get you closer to that thing you want right now? How can you change doing less? So, for instance, maybe if it's personal fitness and you're sitting on the couch too much or you're on the internet too much, maybe you got to do a little less of that. Right? Hey, maybe you have to eat a little less. Maybe you got to eat a little less bad foods. You got to eat a little less sugar. There's one area that, man, there's some in part number 1. You might have to do more of something. But now I want you to write down, for whatever you wrote down, what is something that you could do less of right now? What's one thing you know you need to do less of? Are you staying up too late? Are you not getting your work done at work? Are you just, are you keeping yourself busy? For your finances, do you need to buy a few less coffees every day? Do you need to stop spending your money? Do you need to do a little less of that? Do you need a few less pairs of sneakers? I don't know what the answer is, but you need to write it down, because this 4% process, or this 4-step process, will never ever fail you. So part 1 was do more. Part 2, what can you start doing less? And hey, if it's your families or whatever else too, maybe it's a little less Pokemon trying to find them, run around and falling off a cliff. Maybe it's a little less internet time or Snapchat and figuring out how to spend more time with your family. And then we've got part 1, do more. We got part 2, do less. Then, as you can see, hey, John Prano is behind the camera. I did a little drawing of him today from Mayapack, New York, and this is him. That's him at the start line, baby. He is at the start line, ready to get rocking and rolling, because there has to probably be something you have to start. Right? If you want to create change, there's probably something new that you have to do. See, there's things you could do more of what you're currently doing. There's things you could do less of what you're currently doing. But then there may be something completely new that you need to start. And you got to get good at that. I think number 3 is sometimes one of the hardest ones. 3 and 4, I think, are the toughest, when you got to start something completely new. What am I talking about there? I'm talking about habits. So if you are not currently working out, maybe you need to start working out. Right? If you currently are not spending any time with your family, or you're not sitting down for dinner, maybe you need to start doing that. If you are not saving any money, if you are not studying money or investing your money, maybe it's time to start. And I don't know what the problem is that you had, but that you wrote down, but I'm challenging you write down what is one thing you need to start doing that could make an immediate change in your life. So we've got the big idea of the week right now. The big idea of the week is, hey, do what you always did, get what you always got. And the only way to change from where you are to where you're going is to create change in your life. And we are right now going over the 4-step process how to do that. Number 1 was there might be some things you need to do more of. Number 2, there might be some things you need to do less of. Number 3, there might be some things new that you got to start right now. So write down whatever that is, and I promise you, when you put the pen to paper, it becomes real. If you didn't get the pen and you don't have the paper and you're just listening thinking that's good enough, guys, your mind will forget. But the paper will remember. So put it on the paper and make some magic happen, because we are coming to numero 4. We're coming to the final in the 4-part series of how you create change in your life. So easy to understand, so hard to do. And maybe you could have picked it out. That was my rendition of a stop sign. I kind of ran out of room right there, but bear with me on that. But hey, so maybe I should start getting some art lessons and stop just drawing them myself. But here's the thing. This one, guys, you know what they are. There are things in your life holding you back right now that you need to stop doing. If right now you are not as fit as you want to be, you got to stop eating the wrong food. If you do not have the body that you want, maybe you got to stop eating the diet soda and the energy drinks. Maybe you got to stop with the 1,000-calorie mocha choco latte that they try to call coffee, which is actually just a giant of whipped cream and sugar all thrown in there. I don't know what you need to stop. Maybe you need to stop sitting on the couch. Maybe you need to stop jerking around on the internet unless you're watching Martin Rooney's Big Idea Live. Then it's okay. Then you just run through your brick wall and then start doing something. But ultimately, there are things to stop. Maybe you need to stop drinking. Maybe you need to stop smoking. Maybe you need to stop yelling at your kids. Maybe you need to stop yelling at yourself. I don't know what the answer is, but there are things you need to stop doing that are holding you back. And if you do more of the things you should be doing, less of the things you shouldn't, you start the things new that you know you need to be doing, and you stop the stuff that's holding you back, I promise you this, I'll make you a little guarantee. You do the 4 things that you should have written down right now, and guys, in a short period of time from now, if you stay consistent, you will be unstoppable. And you know what you will have done? You will have shown Providence, as I learned here in Providence, you will be doing timely preparation for a future inevitability, for a future eventuality. And do you know what the eventuality is? It's the big word that we talked about, and I want you to understand it. The big word is change. We hate it, guys, but it's the only thing you can't stop. Time and tide, it waits for no man. When change, it's gonna happen. Technology is gonna change, your body is gonna change. Every second you are something different. And you can either embrace that and you can do something about it, or you can continue to battle against it until you break against the rocks of time. And today, I showed you how to take advantage of it and make your life great, because everybody deserves that around you. So, that was my big idea this week, and now here's what I have as a challenge for you. Right now, I want you to write in, tell me where you're coming in from, where are you coming in from right now, and tell me one change you made. Give the readers, give the listeners one good change that you made in your life and how you did it. Because see, I just shared a big idea of mine, but we can all share big ideas. If all the thousands of people that watch this take a little time to say, hey, here's some way that I fixed my diet and here's how I did it. Or here's some way how I spent more time with my family and here's how I did it. Here's one way I improved my station in life or my business and here's how I did it. Then everybody wins. And that's the kind of community that I'm trying to create at Training for Warriors, and it's happening around the world, but that's the kind of community I want to create right here. So we're going to go to some shout outs with some ideas. Your challenge is set. Right now you should have a piece of paper written down of what you got to do, but right now I want to hear what you did. So somebody give me something good. John, what do we got?
Well, we got a lot of people on. Haven't had a lot of people tell us what they did yet.
Okay,
Let's go, guys.
Start what my kids call the typity type. The typity type. Type something in there. What is one thing that you overcame or one way that you created change? A good technique, that might be it. For instance, we were just talking about with a guy that just lost 60 pounds. And he said, Martin, how do you do it? Like, I just don't like the broccoli. I just don't like the Brussels sprouts. And I said, you got to keep doing it. And then I said this, you know what you got to picture it as? You got to change your idea of it's not good food. You got to change your idea that the broccoli is medicine. And soon as that clicked and I saw his light bulb go off, now he has an idea. So somebody give me one.
All right, so we got Major Bissett from Bedford.
Maya coming in from England.
Sorry,
the Finn from England. John ripping the name apart right there.
I'm sorry, it's tough. It's a beautiful name. She lost 40 kilos, and now she's setting up her own fitness business.
Absolutely, and helping out with Training for Warriors in Abingdon. So, hey, Maya, but give it to us. How did you do it, Maya? So what was it that you were able to make the big change? See, guys, and for all you people that don't speak metric, for the people like us that speak imperial, guys, 40 kilos is like 88 pounds or almost 90 pounds. So hats off on that, Maya, because she's been through the Training for Warriors courses. And by the way, guys, those courses are coming all around the world to you. Check them out at trainingforwarriors.com. But how did she do it?
She hasn't said that yet.
Well, give me another one.
Come back to us, Maya.
Yeah.
We had Chris Lingham. He stopped wasting time and money, and he hired a financial advisor.
Hey, right there. Hey, Chris. I hope all is well. And that is Chris Lingham from TFW, South Jersey. Guys, check him out. He is on fire. And hey, Chris, I heard you signed up for the summit too, so I'm excited about that. But hey, guys, did you hear that? Sometimes you got to get help. One thing sometimes you got to stop doing is trying to do everything yourself, because sometimes when you do everything yourself, you're not the best person to do it. Sometimes you got to get out of your own way, and that might be the best way to take a step forward.
We have Keon.
Knowledge bomb.
Explosion. We have Keon from Concord. He didn't have much family, he said, so he joined TFW, became an affiliate, and because of that, now he has more family and gets to spend more time with them.
Hey, well, think about it. Hey, guys, when everybody is together, you're stronger. And hey, Keon, I hope all is well. We will see you at the summit as well. Billy was repping the shirt today from Concord, but did everybody hear that? I think the bigger lesson is you got to build a team. It's the same thing that Chris said. If you're by yourself, it's really difficult to sometimes be successful. And hey, I have a tremendous organization of people. I couldn't do this thing I'm doing right now. I got multiple people helping me out with it. So guys, sometimes it might be stop trying to do everything yourself and hey, stop being so stubborn and take some help.
Here's a great one. Abdul Rahman from Kuwait. He changed his life by defeating his vision disability with his art.
Hey,
powerful,
hey,
man.
and not only that, but hey, the artiste from Q8, he's always checking in, so congratulations on that. And guys, see, this is the kind of powerful stuff that I want, because, and everybody listen to. So for Maya, who lost the weight, or Abdul, who overcame some of the challenges, Kian, who was on his own. Guys, every one of these things, you got to realize you're not alone. What happens to us all. We all have problems, and I want people learning in this thread how to change it.
Hey, Carrie DeLeo Ward, we know her. She's awesome.
Carrie!
This is powerful, man. She overcame the fear of the weight on the bar and stage 3 cancer.
That's right. Hey, Carrie, so glad to hear from you. And hey, always an inspiration. And guys, give her a shout out of great energy and for the stuff that she did. And hey, you know, so always think about that too, that guys, it could be something as simple as you're in the gym and you're facing challenges there. But hey, then sometimes when the real challenge is when you're called for that, that's what you're really getting prepared for. And Carrie took all of those on. But guys, so I want to see some interaction there, because you might know somebody that's going through a similar challenge that Carrie did. Pointers on how to beat it. And man, you know, then you're getting stuff you couldn't pay for.
Mike Subs made his change by getting out of his own way.
Which is hard, because Mike Subs is a pretty big guy, and actually he's got a kid that's like the size of a small tank now. So like, hey, to get out of his own way, tough. But bring the big idea for you. That's what we do. And here's my last request. If you've written down your stuff and you've created your change, that's great. What I would love you to do is hit the share button, guys. Share this thing, because I think this information can help more people. Don't keep it to yourself, because when you share information, everybody gets something from it. So share that information. I will be interacting with you online. Still, put in your stuff, whether you saw this live or not, because I want to see what everybody has to say, because people will benefit. And guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. I thought it was another great big idea. And guys, I don't know where I will be everywhere in the world. Next week I'll be in Chicago, so it might be tough for me to get this one done, but I'm gonna try. But guys, wherever I am, hey, I hope you can use the big idea to help somebody bring out the warrior within. Boom!